Oh, well, that's good news for us. All right, in that case, I will sleep until morning. I've been trying to avoid this, getting stuck in this dream here. But hey, welcome back, everyone, as we enjoy the hopefully less troubled... Oh, dear. Well, it seems like Destiny is probably still quite troubled by her close call here. We'll look at our stats here because we can do this now. We are playing, of course, our Ultimate Instinct challenge, and yeah, we can only check this stat page once per day, and it looks like 2000F is now up to 56% health, which is good. She's recovering, but the pups are quite hungry. They're also close to 10 pounds, which is good. Unfortunately, the flea load is already at 37%, which is a lot closer to that 50% mark than I would like. We are at 100% health, though, and so is Mystery. We're just a little bit hungry. We will have to hunt today, which is no surprise, because we are quite hungry. I did feed the pups overnight, but it wasn't enough to fill them up. That's why 2001F here is so much lower than the others. But if we look at our map, too, okay, oh boy, this whole half of the territory is starting to decay, which is not ideal for us. There's not a whole ton we can do about it, though. Like, I'll try to head over here and do some marking, but I don't know, y'all, especially the stuff that's on the other side of the creek. I think we're going to be better off trying to mark some of this and just hoping for the best. We will not be able to see where on the compass or on the map our send posts are, so that's not going to be super duper helpful here. And as for our known wolves, I think everything's about the same as when we last left it. It's always just interesting to check and see, but I don't see too many notable updates here. But yeah, that's a big relief. The sickness was what I was really worried we were going to be tangling with today, and I think that now that we're not, we're going to go ahead. We will send the pups in the... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4... 2003 is the one who is... Please get in the den! Get in the den, everybody! It might be... Nope, it's you! Alright, you can get out of here. I can't even see you. Alright. I was a little worried it was going to be an eagle attack, but it didn't seem like the pups were completely scattering. Junction Butte. Well, that'd mark a change, I think. Unless, has it been Junction Butte that's been attacking us here? Not 100% sure. Anyway, I think we're going to try to head up here today in hopes that we will end up hitting some of the send posts that we've been missing. But I have a feeling our territory is just going to continue to decay progressively the farther we get into this challenge. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. But let's head this way. Do we at least get a decent wind direction? I don't think so. We're just going to keep going here, and yeah, hopefully. Wait a second, do names show up now with the HUD off? Names show up with the HUD off. Did pup names show up with the HUD off? I was so distracted I didn't even notice. I think that's new. I think the names got moved to a separate toggle. It's been a little bit since I played last, so there's been some game updates. That's interesting. Well, that might allow us to name our pups. It'll allow us to see where they go, though, is the problem. And part of the difficulty of this challenge is that if they get lost or they start to wander away. Yeah, we were seeing the names, were we? I didn't even process that. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll have to think about that now, because it lets you see the stranger wolves sooner, and it'll let you see where your pups are wandering to, which makes it a lot easier to find them if they're lost. So I want some feedback on that. What do you guys think? Should we be permitted to use names or not? And for this episode, I will be turning them off, because otherwise I think it does make the challenge a little bit easier. So I personally am leaning away from having names on. But yeah, interesting. I'm pretty sure that's new. Either that or my memory is just very bad, which is also entirely possible. Pronghorns are just not going to be worth the effort here. A hare might, though. Hello, bear? I said hare, not bear. Hey, get away! Oh, that's an angry... I think that's a... Is that a boar, or is that a cub behind? No, I think that's a boar grizzly. In any case, not something we want to be messing with. Let's see if we can find some food. Oh, there's another hare here. And it looks like Mystery might be after it. Hold on. Nope, I entirely botched that one. Where did it go? We'll have to see if we can try to find it. Also, we're gonna pee on these posts while we're here. Ooh, well, I was gonna say we should go for that elk herd, but I just noticed there's a bison carcass up ahead somewhere as well. Also, I went back and checked the patch notes because I was curious, and yes, the new patch that just came out when I'm recording this is actually what has added the change of the name tag, so that is in fact new, and I do want an opinion on it because I'm curious what you guys think. It is now completely independent from the from the HUD toggle. It used to be the HUD turned everything on or off, but now the name tags are separate, so we could leave them on and continue with the challenge as planned, not have the HUD, but have the name tags, which would allow us to identify our pups, and so we would be able to give them names. But the major drawback of that is it would make things quite a bit easier, I think, because again, we would be able to see when stranger wolves are approaching. We saw that a little bit. I was trying to figure out what was different. I was like, something here is weird. And it took me a second to put my finger on it. But the main things that it would impact would be when you do have that, those stranger wolves, and it kind of rats them out a little bit sooner because you can see when they get in range and you can tell then what's attacking you and from where. But the other big thing is that when our pups are wandering away, as they often do, if they disappear, it's a lot harder to track them without the name tags. So it would be nice in some ways, but I do think it would make our challenge easier, and that may or may not be what you want. Oh, you've got a meat chunk. That's perfect, actually. Let's start heading back to the den. Oh boy, do I remember how to get back from here? I'm not sure. I don't know these hills quite as well, but worst comes to worst, we can circle down to the valley and then come back. Yeah, interesting. That is very, very interesting indeed. I did not plan on that update being an influence here. I didn't have any idea that was going to be a thing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. If you want the challenge to be a little easier, that is totally fine. I think it would introduce some interesting benefits, like being able to name the pup sooner, which is something that a lot of you guys have wanted. Again, just like, you can't tell which one correlates to what without the name. You'd have to just memorize that right off the bat, and my memory is not that good for that kind of thing, which is why we're not doing it this way. We're just planning on naming them afterwards. So a lot of you guys have been confused about that. It would solve that problem. So if that is something that is a high priority to you, then yeah, we'll turn the name tags back on. However, it does come at the cost of reducing the challenge a little bit. Okay, where are we? This is by Aspen Heights. Okay, so we need to go a little bit more in this direction here. Yeah, this is going to lead us down towards our den. It's right in this little area here. The rendezvous should be over there. I think I'm getting a better feel for this. The navigation is hard sometimes, though. Oh yeah, the rendezvous's down here. Yeah, we're on the slightly upper cliffs, and then the rendezvous is down here, which I've been kind of basing some of that off as well. You can see this is where we will be staying at the rendezvous as well, because this is just the easiest one to remember. It is right here, and then right over this hill here is where our den is. So okay, honestly, we're full on food. We've got a meat chunk. We marked, I think, as much territory as we can. I think we're just going to feed the pups, play with the pups, and then rest. Again, it's one of those challenges where it kind of just behooves us to do as real wolves would and conserve energy where possible. If we don't need to be out and running around, it's not the most constructive thing in the world to be out and running around. But we do need to keep an eye out for predators, so I'm gonna let these guys eat. We'll play with them a little bit, and then we will head to bed because, yeah, it's getting a bit late. Well, probably not getting that late, but it's getting later, and be in our favor, I think, to head to bed when we are able to, especially now that we no longer have to worry so much about sick pups. And see, like, this is what I mean. When the pups disappear without their name tags, sometimes they do just disappear. When you have the name tags on, well, now he's come back. When you have the name tags on, it's a little bit easier to be like, oh yeah, my pup's starting to wander a bit. Whereas here, you really have no idea sometimes if they slip out of your sight and then get lost. So that's the major thing with the name tags that does provide a gameplay advantage. Oh my goodness, for real? I guess it's a good thing that we got some rest because, holy smokes, we're apparently not out of the woods yet. Now, that's the other thing here, is I know from just having checked the name tags as I was trying to make that point, 2003M is the one who's right here, the gray pup, so I now know that that's the pup we need to keep an eye on. It will make the sickness a little bit easier as well, because we will probably spend more time outside the den, so that's another thing to weigh in the decision. It does let us track who is sick a little bit if we can remember that designation. Yeah, I guess we're gonna let these guys eat. I guess we're gonna hang out here for a while, try to keep everyone close. Hopefully the territory doesn't decay too much. Man, it's too bad that bison carcass was so far up in the hills, because I don't think I could find it again. Unless the wind... if the wind shifts in a good direction, maybe. But I kind of suspect not. So we probably will have to hunt at some point in the near future here. I'm going to give these guys a little more food. Yeah, because they just finished what was there. So, yeah, we will, we'll spend some time hanging out here, I think. And probably get jumped by a predator, if I'm being honest. I would be very surprised if we make it very long without that happening. Yep. I don't know if I actually saw the actual predator. I don't know where the actual predator is. Oh. Apparently Mystery found them and beat them up. That, you know what? Fair enough. Thank you, Mystery. I have no idea where you even went. But yeah, I was gonna say, I think that was all the pups in the den, but apparently by that point, Mystery had already done his job. I saw a suspicious stump in the distance, and I was like, on the off chance that that's a bear, I'm not gonna fool around with it. Okay, I did opt to sleep eventually here, and we will, now that it's a new day, go ahead and check here. Okay, so we are at 100% wakefulness. Oh, I hope I didn't oversleep. We might have. That's a little unfortunate. We didn't know. It looks like he's already down to 50%, which is not ideal. At least our previously sick pup has recovered. And our food's at 72. Mystery's still got a little bit more, so that's good. But I think we are gonna want to go and hunt. We can see, no, it has been Junction Butte that's raiding us. So the pack leader has been incredibly persistent about raiding us, apparently. That's interesting to note because she was already on this list, so we didn't count her before. And if we look at our map here, yep, it's gonna start to fall apart. The good news is we are pointed almost exactly at that bison carcass. I think I'm gonna go for it because if we can save some time and not have to worry about it, I think that would be for the best. So it's like basically right here. I'm gonna try to just navigate in a straight line. We're gonna figure out how possible that is to do because if we can easily get food just by running right up here to the marked carcass, then that'd be great. I just don't know. Oh, the wind direction is pretty good. Yeah, this might be doable. Okay, we should hurry. We should make sure that Mystery is with us. He is following us. Okay. I'm gonna angle slightly rightwards because the main thing is that I think we would be able to smell it even if we go a little bit past it. We'll see. I really hope, I don't know how much is even left on the carcass. I really hope there's a good amount left, and I really hope that we are able to find it again because that would be a huge boon. But even if not, I suppose that there is an elk herd in this direction, so that's still helpful. We'll see. We'll see. I'm really hoping we'll find something of use to us at least. I guess the wind direction is not quite as useful as I was hoping it would be. It's still a little bit useful though. We might have to kind of look that way and see if there's any carcass. Wait. I see scent. I don't know if this is the same carcass, but it might be. And even if it's not, although there might be dispersal wolves on it by the smell of it. we can beat up some dispersal if we need to, though. Yeah, right over here, apparently there's a bison carcass. Even if that's a new spawn, that is fine by me. It is still gonna be a crud ton of food. If it's the previous carcass, I'll be impressed when I check that the next morning. But, yeah, you know, whatever works, works. Our priority right now needs to be getting food and getting back, because we don't ever want a situation where our pups are less than full when we are going to sleep, because that's going to be a potential recipe for disaster. Okay, there's just coyotes. Get out of here. Oh, there's an elk herd right here, so if we don't fill up on food, we'll be able to hunt. Okay, the game is actually being nice to me. What is this? I guess we're on challenging technically and not accurate, but like, wow. Oh, yep, alright, so we are definitely gonna have to hunt. There's no way that was enough food, but oh well, it still led us somewhere useful, so that's good. Now, if we chase these guys for a while, oftentimes some of them will lag behind. You can tell which ones are low on health because they will eventually stop running. There we go. You guys have said too that if you chase them long enough that they will disperse, but I usually find that I don't even have to worry about that, because if you just run up to enough of them, you just have to be careful of the trample damage, but eventually you will find one that slows down, or one of them will eat dirt like this one did and make for an easy kill. So that worked out. It wasn't quite how we thought it was going to work out, but it was still good. And I'm pretty sure that was the previous carcass, because I do recognize this area. Okay, we're full. I think Mystery is full. I'm going to try to circle the top of our territory here as much as I can, because I do think that there might be a hex up here that needed marking. But other than that, I'm mostly going to return back as quickly as I can. I don't want to be away too long, because it does seem like 2003's illness is potentially quite severe, and that is worrying. It's gotten quite foggy out, but this is the scent post that I was able to see. I'm not sure if this is the one that most needed marking, but we're just gonna mark all of them that we can find and try to not run through the midst of the bison here. There's another one down here, and I think there's another one that we can hit on the way back if we circle to the south a little bit. I don't want to be away for very long. We want to make haste to get back so that we can spend what time we can with the pups, but it is worth trying to maintain the territory that we could maintain, because these scent posts are the only way that we're gonna be able to mark it again. If we stumble on a scent post, we have to mark that scent post. If it disappears, we are just not gonna know where our territory starts and ends. So if we want to maintain any territory whatsoever at all, this is the only real way we have of doing it. Okay, there's another one over here. It's around the big lake, though, is the problem here. We should still be able to go down and get... Oh, there's pronghorn there. We should still be able to go down and get this. I think we'll still be able to go down and get this. And once we mark it, then we'll head back. Oh yeah, there's a few more. Okay, so we can see some of them. We just have to dodge the flooded freaking river. It is way too flooded for my liking to try to swim across. That's, you know, it's a well-designed feature. It's just an annoying well-designed feature, which is kind of the point, I think. The river does pose an obstacle. It does make things more challenging for you, but it is a pain in the tail. And it, you know, it is supposed to be a factor, but I don't like having to swim across it. It takes so long. I get so bored. Even in that time, I'm just like, oh my goodness, can't we be doing anything other than swimming? But, you know, that's the point, is to make you think about it and to make you decide, okay, do I want to have to deal with constantly swimming or not? Or do I want to go somewhere that's maybe higher up in the mountains and not have to swim so often? And in our case, the swimming is the easier route to deal with here, because at the very least you have this wide open space where you can see for miles, basically. Well, maybe not quite miles, but you can see across the whole valley. You can see all of these scent posts, and that's huge because, again, this is the one thing that is letting us have any form of territory. Also, I think this den scent is our den. Right, and we had started stacking skulls and antlers a little bit by it. Is this the one that we found by the den? Because if so, then it is doing its job. I think we should continue doing that in the hopes that it'll make sure to lead us home when we get to the right point. Oh yeah, here we are. Okay, it is exactly that. Perfect. Oh, and you are the one who is sick. All right, let's feed these guys, make sure that they have enough to eat, and hopefully we'll be able to spend some time with them. I don't know how much energy we have. We're gonna have to keep doing our tree test. Or no, it wouldn't, because I think it won't give us the pop-up because I think I got it when I first logged in for this session, so I don't know if we'll have the pop-up or not. I don't think we should depend on that. Ooh, that's a relief. All right. Well, with that anxiety solved, and I think that's 4 of the 5 pups. Is it 5 of 5? We've had so many illnesses. It has been at least 3 to 4 that have already been sick, but so far, thankfully, they've all recovered. And hopefully that trend continues because, man, my nerves, they cannot keep this up. But I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here now that we know for sure that everyone's going to be all right. In the next episode, we'll rest through the night and get started on the next day. And hopefully, I think the pups are probably about 10 pounds now. So, well, we still got a ways to go before we get to the rendezvous. To be honest, all this sickness has taken its toll on us, having to stay home all the time and make sure that we are resting and keeping close track of the pups. But for now, we'll go ahead and leave this off here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.